Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Overwatch fans all across the world and across North America and Canada. Oh, I just messed that up already. So there's my first mistake. There you go. Welcome to the Invitational. My name is Will English IV, and I am extremely pleased to present you this whole tournament we're having this weekend. And to my caster to my left or to my right, it should be like say I'm just gonna mess up. That's okay. That's my stream. I can mess up. We got Tangerine on the mic as well. How are you doing, Tangerine? How you doing this week?
You know, I'm doing fantastic. So excited to be here. This is such an amazing opportunity, and I'm incredibly excited to get to cast these few couple of playing games, get the draw done. This is going to be an exciting, yet very tasteful day of Overwatch.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So what Tangerine is referring to is that like there is a lot we have to cover in a short amount of time, but we have to get
Yeah.
down to business. So you'll see the two teams that are up on the bracket right now. We are going to be doing the play-in stage for the Invitational. There are 4 teams in the tournament for the play-in stage for playing for the last spot in the group stages, which will start tomorrow. So unfortunately, we have to break somebody's heart because IIT Scarlet Hawks A and Scarlet Hawks B are going to play against each other. And no, that's not a typo. There are 2 separate teams. So one IIT team is going to have to go, and unfortunately, it's going to have to be a Scarlet Hawk, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, you know, right off the bat, you got to make these sacrifices right away. You know, it's a little bit of a shame that we have to see one of them go, but it is the play-ins. And, you know, when you have those kind of two, like, intercollegiate rivalries, oh, man, it's just
Yeah.
going to be a match that's on fire, Will.
Right. I can only imagine what the chat's going through right now. Just like, which team do you root for? You root for a Scarlet Hawks team, but which one do you do? So also as a twist to the whole gauntlet idea is actually a special format for control. So we have a best of 1 point on the map, 1 point. So it's best of 1. However, in exchange, we'll have a 70% tick rate, which means that the clock will go slower, which means we will have extended team fights. So it's not just over. If you think of a standard round of a control map, it doesn't go as fast as it's going to go in this particular tournament. And we get to see some more action. You have to think a little bit, right? Because like you're so used to like going so fast, like having a best of 3, but it is win or go home, and it's 1 point. So and it could be 1 point of the 3 maps on the specific control map as well. So we're going to go Oasis first. And I'm excited to see this because like this was a mad genius idea from somebody in our production staff, and I'm not going to mention names, but once he told me the idea, I was like, this is going to be great. And all the teams that are playing tonight have accepted the conditions, and so they know full well what they're up against. But and also again, a Scarlet Hawks team is going to have a long way to go. The other 2 teams that are in the bracket are M Monkey, and I'm going to mess that team name up as well, and my favorite. Spin to Win, which I think that I don't know if they got that name from a video game, an old Neo Geo video game. I'm showing my age, but I'm extremely excited to see what happens at that last game. But we'll get to this pretty soon. But Tangerine, what do you think of the field? What do you think of all the teams that are already in the bracket? Like some of them personally, of course. DePaul is also in the group stage bracket as well. I mean, but like, what do you think?
You know, there's gonna be some crazy matches going on. That's all that I mean. That's just one thing that I gotta say. There's several teams who have broken that crazy 4K barrier, and
Yeah.
we're gonna get some obscenely high octane play. You know, we even have like a tier 2 player playing in this tournament.
Yes.
There could even be multiple, but Tensa is gonna be playing in this tournament on a. It's gonna be just an insane time of absurdly good Overwatch going all around throughout like the entire weekend.
Absolutely, and the best part about this is so to give you a little bit of backstory. We started this tournament. It wasn't exactly a joke, but I was just like, you know what? If I get 8 teams for this tournament, I'm happy, right? And I just wanted to kind of reach out to my Kaiju Core friends and family. Hi, I know you guys are watching, so thank you very much. But I figured, if we had the same teams we had in the Friends and Family tournament, which was also on this channel back in December, I figured that's a good goal, right? But we ended up with over 20 teams actually, and it whittled down to 19. But we ended up over with 20 teams considering playing in the tournament on short notice because we announced this thing like right before the end of the year, and we only had like 3 weeks, and so we got this entire team together. I mean, you of course are part of the broadcast team, and we got so much more going on. And like I said, I can't wait to tell you all the rest of the details. But I'm hoping that this thing's gonna well, not exactly wrap it up, but just like we're still waiting on the match. I'm sure the hamster wheels running in the background here and get that all set up, and I'm sure we'll get into it soon. But out of the teams we have in the group stage, so I guess we can just talk about that while we're waiting. So I can go over the list of the group stage. You will see them later because there's another surprise we have. So actually, I might as well just ruin it now. Here we go. So these teams are playing for the last spot in the group draw. Now you'll notice that we haven't released the schedule yet. There's a reason for that because we are going to do a live group draw for all of the teams, for all 16 teams that are going to be in the group stages tonight, as soon as we find out who the 16 team is going to be in the bracket. So I'll just show for a prop here that I have the magical bucket of, well, of ping pong balls, and they have numbers on them. So we will do this live and in person. So I don't even know who's going to play against each other. And again, we might break a couple hearts tonight because there are 3 Kaiju Corps squads in the bracket right now. There are, and then of course we have to send one Scarlet Hawks team home, unfortunately. But then we have a couple of teams that I didn't expect to come into the tournament. We have Hour Zero and Attack Mode, which I think you were talking about Tencent being on one of those teams, right, Tangerine?
Yeah, on Hour Zero, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, and so man, I like it was almost interesting. Like I didn't know most of the teams that were involved. I was just happy, and also half the field are pretty much college teams as well. So we have a lot of college. We have UCI Esports, which is a very storied franchise as well. I mean, it's just amazing. So here we go. This is the first map of the stage, and we are going to Oasis on Control. And again, the special rules do apply. It is best of 1, 70% tick rate. And look at those animated backgrounds, Tangerine.
Oh, so absolutely gorgeous. And the map is even more gorgeous. Broadcasting is a little bit better, though, you know. So, Oasis. Wonderful map. It looks like we're going to be breaking into city center here. So this is going to be incredibly interesting. There's a lot of wiggle room to be able to maneuver around the map. So you could definitely see some dive come out. It looks like that's what we're going to be seeing out of Scarlet Hawks A, actually. Well, maybe not necessarily dive, actually. Just the Sigma ball. Interesting. This is looking like maybe a little bit more older kind of meta for Scarlet Hawks A, but Scarlet Hawks B are coming out with an interesting kind of rush comp. It'll be interesting to see how this decides to unfold as the play continues.
Absolutely. So we already see. So again, the control points will go at a 70% tick rate. So that's going to be a slower fight. And so I'm sure people are setting up thinking like, oh, it's going to be a longer team fight as well. And we're already getting to the first fight here. And Blade of Banana is already taking 2 with that Tracer.
I mean, that's all you could want. Blade of Banana just kind of goes a little bit insane in the backline. That was a wonderful setup from Scarlet Hawks A. They just ended up finding a pick off in the back, and that's exactly what this comp wants to do. You want to find those stray picks. You want to try and find the people that are separated and pick them apart. It's a great comp, honestly, to go up against this rush comp that Scarlet Hawks B are running. It just causes so much disruption, and especially with the ball just rolling in and out everywhere. Everybody's getting separated, and Scarlet Hawks A are capitalizing on the space that they're able to take with this ball. And I mean, look at Gumby's just swinging back and forth, causing so much disruption in the back. It's so hard to deal with that wrecking ball, Will.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Scarlet Hawks A has taken the point, and you can see that the tick rate is going slowly. So they're at 27%, but like I can imagine, it's just like kind of like sort of Damocles above your head. It's just slowly ticking up, and we have another team fight, and it looks like that Scarlet Hawks A is coming out on top. But like I'm looking at that Gumby's ball for like some more action here.
Yeah, you know, in a rush comp, if you end up losing one of your heroes versus up against this like Sigma dive kind of comp with the ball, it's gonna be really, really rough. You can lose a hero on the side of Scarlet Hawks A because there is so much individual potential, but it's difficult if you lose a player off of Scarlet Hawks B. But it looks like Scarlet Hawks B
Deadeye
almost taking the point.
Up high. Oh, almost. So it looks like the Scarlet Hawks B is putting up a fight. They're going to try to make a flip here. And the Radar is just diving in, but it gets taken down by Marshall Brad, I guess, as well. We're going to switch over to Aqua. And, man, it's like... They're still stalling on the point here. And, like, again, that clock is still ticking up as well. And, man, we want to see a break somewhere. But Blade of Banana comes up big again with another kill, and the Gumbies as well. And it's 3 down for the side of Scarlet Hawks B. And I don't want to say they're reaching Final Fight territory because we're still a long ways away from that. But man, I mean, they're down in ult economy, and like, what do you do in this situation? Like, I'm sure this is messing a lot of people up. It's just like, wait, we didn't think it was gonna be this slow, right?
Yeah, you know, things are looking pretty grim right now for Scarlet Hawks B. I would have to say the ults are definitely coming on live for Scarlet Hawks A, and Hawks B never even got the chance to touch the point. But Amp 8 is going to be bringing out this Flux. They're going to try and get an early pick out before this fight can begin, and oh, they knocked him off the map, but
Oh
Guppy's the
no! Oh no! As 4 down for the Scarlet Hawks B, and things are looking grim. Now I can say we're approaching Final Fight territory, 96%, and there is no one near this point. There's another reset coming from the Scarlet Hawks Bs, and Scarlet Hawks A is just going to sit here and try to spawn camp, and that's the game. Scarlet Hawks wins. And just like that, we have to say goodbye to Scarlet Hawks B.
Very unfortunate, but you know what? That's kind of the nature that comes in when you come into these play-ins. You get these little bite-sized pieces of Overwatch, and you have to prove it when it matters the most. Oh, the nice Deadeye cancel onto that to get the reload off and just fan the hammer over everybody. What a great play coming out there from Mr. Hash Round.
So, just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we already one team up already. Man, so congratulations to Scarlet Hawks A. You got 2 more to go if you want to make it out. So you know, you see the Cinderella story as it unfolds. But yeah, just like that, Tedry. Like what do you? I think that was great. I think that was great because I think a lot of the players were just kind of like a little bit uncomfortable. It's like, wait, I'm so used to the timing on the control map. Like, do I have enough time for another fight? Do I have enough time for a comp switch? But in that particular matchup, it looked like a Scarlet Hawks A had Scarlet Hawks B's number. So I mean, good luck in scrims.
No joke. I mean, that's what you get when you get these like 70% tick rate. You kind of come into it and you're like, okay, this is gonna be really weird. It's gonna kind of mess around with the ult cycling just a little bit, and it's gonna make you have to play on your toes a little bit more. And your plans are gonna have to be a little bit more extended as that continues. However, we are going to be going to a nice short little break here, Will.
Absolutely. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to find out if Scarlet Hawks A can continue their Cinderella story against MMK. And welcome back to the Will English Invitational. Once again, my name is Will English IV, the namesake of the tournament. And to my left is Mr. Tangerine. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. We just saw some wonderful Overwatch come out. Some nice little bite-sized snippets, as you will. It's like a nice little baked treat just presented right in front of us. You know, we got 3 nice little cupcakes organized in a row, and we just ate the first one, Will. Scarlet Hawks A took that victory.
Absolutely. So
rather convincingly too.
yeah, rather convincingly, I would definitely say that. So now the story continues. So now Scarlet Hawks A will have to play against M Monkey, and I don't know much about M Monkey other than I think it's Maddie Tingles is his core tag, but he reached out to me on Twitter to come to the tournament. So welcome. But here's your first test to see if you can play through the gauntlet and get through. So if you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the middle of the play-in stage. Scarlet Hawks A just played against Scarlet Hawks B, and unfortunately Scarlet Hawks B had to go home. So we're now continuing on the bracket on the play-in side. We should be getting into this map pretty shortly here. I believe I believe the next map is going to be Busan this time.
Oh,
So
I
again, we
mean,
get to tour.
love Busan. Busan's probably one of my favorite maps in the game. Will, I absolutely adore this map. I think that it's designed perfectly. I love